do some deep reflection and just asking myself, why you even feel like that? What is going on with you? Like, what's happening right now? And
welcome to the Beauty in You podcast, a safe place created for all women to come relax, get inspired, and be constantly reminded that they have not lost the ability to be who they once were. Join us as we dive into the true meaning of rediscovery through inspiring guests and topics such as healing, self-love, and creating a positive mindset. So sit back, relax, and get comfortable as we dive into this week's episode. Here's your host, Chi Quita Mack.
welcome to the Beauty in You podcast. I am so excited that you are here with me for another episode, y'all. Listen, I am just blown away by everything that's happening right now. I am just truly in such a good place and really starting to do a lot more self-reflecting than I already do. So today, what I wanted to talk about, it really wasn't on my agenda. I tried to be organized and plan out what I'm going to talk about, but this is just what's been kind of on my heart for the last couple of weeks, I guess. So on my previous podcast episode with Konika, I kind of touched on it and I talked about turning 37 and what that meant for me. And y'all, for real, I know y'all like, girl, you only 37 if you don't get out of here. But I, for real, had a hard time with it. I had to do some deep reflection and just asking myself, why you even feel like that? Like, what is going on with you? What's happening right now? And what I found is that for the last 37 years of my life, I have been hustling, y'all. I have been working so freaking hard and I am tired, and that's real. Like, I am so tired right now. I don't want to do anything unless I want to do it. What I realized is that my hustle and my grinding has been for all the wrong reasons. Besides ensuring that my kids have the best life ever, it's mostly been to prove everybody else wrong. Like, to prove them wrong for them even doubting me in the first place. So it's like, oh, you don't think I can graduate college? I'm going to graduate college. You don't think I can become this? I'm going to do that. You don't think, I'm going to do it. And it's like, cool, I did it, but I'm tired as hell, like for real. And so the next years of my life, I want to focus on me. I want to focus on my family. I want to focus on my brand. I want to focus on all things that make Chi Quita Mack happy, not to prove everybody else wrong. If you don't think I can do it by now, then that's on you, boss, because I done did the damn thing up until this point. So I don't really have nothing else to prove to you. And I really don't care. That's where I'm at, y'all. And it took a while for me to get here. And I don't want to say I was like a people pleaser, but I just don't want to let people down. But you'll find that no matter what you do, no matter how many uncomfortable situations you put yourself in to think that you're pleasing other people, it don't really matter. They won't see it from your perspective or from your point of view. And so I'm living for me. I'm doing it all for me. I'm happy with where I am. I'm happy for the hustle and the grind, but now I'm going to do it for all the right reasons. And that's what that truly means to me. My journey started, we talk about the beauty in you and rediscovery and where all that comes from. It comes from my journey. The brand comes from my journey. And it started way before I even got pregnant with my son. It started way before then, just not feeling confident in who I was as a person, having a hard time trusting. I've always had a hard time trusting people, especially friends. I've always been the quiet one. I'm very observant, like watching things happen, like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like how that made me feel. Really standoffish. And that can mostly 9 times out of 10, I'm mostly misunderstood because I'm like the quiet one in the room and they're like, oh my gosh, she's so stuck up. But it's like, no, I really don't know you like that. Or I'm not comfortable with my surroundings right now because I don't know any of you guys. It takes me a little bit to warm up. But my journey starts from there. And then you transition into getting pregnant with my son in college and not having the support that I thought I was going to have. I was 20. I had him at 21. I mean, my mom was supportive, but my side of the family was just not really what I thought they were going to be as far as saying nice things. And so I was doubted from day one, like, I'm going to drop out of school. I won't amount to anything. I'm going to be a part of the system. I'm not going to break the cycle. Me and my husband won't last. We're so young. He's going to leave me. And it was a lot of negativity. And I used it as fuel. I was like, oh, okay, I'm not going to do what? Watch me work. And I worked. I graduated with my first degree in biology, went back, got my next degree in social work and went back again. So it's just The education part, yeah, I knocked it out the park. Here we are. But most of that was not that I didn't want an education, but most of that was to just prove everybody else wrong. And then I did some reflecting with my military career and what that means to me. And again, that's just hustle. I want to be a certain rank before a certain age. So I'm going to push, push, push. And I'm well on my way, and I'm pushing. I'm pushing, y'all, but I'm stuck right now. I'm stuck because I don't know where I want to go next. And I'm trying to figure out, why am I pushing so hard? I can level up a little bit, ease up a little bit to kind of figure out, what I want to do next as far as that's concerned. But y'all, these last 37 years has literally been for everybody else. Like, dang, for real. Like, have y'all stopped to think about everything that you're doing in your life, like your daily routine or your hustle or your business, and really think about the true why? Are you doing it because it really makes you happy and it's what you want to do? Or are you doing it because you feel the need that you need to just prove everybody wrong? I encourage you to think about that. Do some deep reflecting. And just think about, why am I doing what I am truly doing? And is there meaning and even purpose behind that? So what is the next, I like the question, what are you going to do? If you did the last 37 years for everybody else, what's for you? I'm going to tell you, y'all, I am focused on myself. I am focused on my family, husband, kids, mom, dad, sister, nieces. I'm focused on my brand and really building the Chi Quita Mack to where I feel like the Chi Quita Mack needs to be, because it's not just myself and coaching services, because that's what I'm providing at the moment, is coaching services and membership. But it's more than that. When you hear the Chi Quita Mack, I want you to think of, women positivity, women empowerment. That is a whole brand. We have merch. See the show notes below. We have books. See show notes below. We have our counseling or coaching services that we provide right now, and soon to be, hopefully, prayerfully, if everything goes correctly, counseling services along. So it's going to grow. We're going to focus on this podcast. We're going to focus on continuing to build up the YouTube channel. There's just so much that comes with the Chi Quita Mack. I want it to be more. And that's because I want to do that for me. And that makes me happy. And that's where my focus is going to be. I'm just focusing on my family, my kids getting older, spending time with them. I have a son that's in high school. Holy crap already. My daughter's going to be right behind him once he graduates, and just really focus on them, their future and their dreams as well, because again, that makes me happy. Focused on my marriage and just traveling and doing the things that we weren't able to do in our 20s because we were parents and we were trying to figure out life and we're trying to figure out ourselves. But we made it. We didn't make it. We made it. No, but we are definitely in a better place than where we were before in the beginning of our journey. And so now it's time to start enjoying everything that we have worked toward for all of it. So I'm just really in that place where I can breathe and I can really focus on what I want to do for me. And it's a great place to be, you guys. And I encourage you to, again, do some reflecting and think about where you want to go, what you want to do. Are you doing it for you? And if you're not doing it for you, who are you doing it for and why? And then really hone in on that why and what that means to you. And after all that, y'all know you got to throw if you've been with me for a while, you know that after I have y'all do some reflection, you got to bring the feelings into it. Okay, so how does that make you feel? Because the feelings really drive your actions. And just think about it. I am very blessed to be at the year 37. And I know we joke like, oh my God, I'm almost 40. But every year is a blessing. Every year is a blessing because you could not be here. My best friend is not here. We lost her to lupus. And so every year that I make it, it's a celebration. It's important to just understand I made it. I'm here. I'm living. I'm proud of where I am. I may not be all the way to my goal, but, let me reflect on my journey. Let me look back and see all the things that I have accomplished. And I am so happy that I am able to do that. So though I had a little funk, y'all, and my close friends know, they was calling me like, girl, what is wrong with you if you don't get yourself together? I know I had a little funk, and that's okay. But I am back. I am focused. And I had to process it. I had to figure it out. I had to really go through and understand like, girl, what is wrong with you? Why do you feel like this? And I encourage you guys to do that. I encourage you to process, take the time to process your feelings. You don't always have to have an answer right away as to like, God, why do I feel like that? Or why did this make me so upset? What was that? Process it. Just like, I need a little bit of time to process what's happening right now because I don't really understand. So your homework from me is to do some self-reflecting. Think about your journey. Think about where you're going. Think about all the things you've accomplished and where you're trying to get to. And then I want you to celebrate the moment. Each step is a step closer toward your journey. So you're doing a good job, especially my mamas. We're hard on ourselves. You're doing a good job, mama. But I want you to celebrate and enjoy the moment. All right, y'all. Till next time.
Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of the Beauty and You podcast. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Visit us at thechiquitamack.com or join us on Instagram at thechiquitamack for your daily motivation and inspiration. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Until next time.